I'm not the one to play the victim. They gave me freedom of speech, but when I speak, it seems as the world never listens. And not to mention stressing about my ties with gender too. They told me not to speak my mind, but me, I like to bend the rules. Me, I'm often sexualized, afraid to wear the clothing lines that compliment and show my size, and often bring a load of guys drooling hard, and so their eyes, they follow me, they open wide. First thought that comes to mind is disappear or go and hide. Why? I asked them, is that all I am to you? Every goal I crush is not enough. You think a man would do a better job? Swipe credit cards, flights, getting balls. That's all women do, at least to you. See, we don't get applause for nurturing. They feel our worth to men is non-existent. They hardly honor women. With my skin is sickening. See, we're so different. At times it makes me feel like I'm too much. Maybe it's my hips, the way they shift and complement my strut. Maybe it's my confidence. I switch my do from month to month. When I raise my voice, they call it rude. For you, they call it blunt. They say my hair ain't right. My appearance might offend, put fear in whites, but they don't care. My life's a struggle. Every day I clear, I wipe the tears I shed. But my mama always saves me. She told me, go for what I want, but just make sure I don't get angry. A black woman mad is seen as foul, cruel, and crazy. And as a way to tame me, they pay me low and make me act in certain ways we don't identify and try to rectify, like I'm a project that needs to be fixed. Like I'm just some machine with buttons you think you can click. Bitch, I'm a whole human being and you see I exist. Maybe they'll recognize me more when I throw up the fist. But I recognize I don't need the man or the world's approval. I'll just continue doing me. Well, you know the usual. And the issues will go on and I'm sure they will offend you. But yes, I'm staying strong and I pray that it gets better. If I didn't teach y'all nothing, here is one thing to remember. That yes, I am a woman, but I am not my gender. And it's Red Shaydez, bitch. You know what it is.
You're inside the maze, and we're back with another dose of the critical breakdown. It's your girl, Ms. Mofilla, and come on, man. You already know who's sitting here right now.
It's your girl,
my
Red
good
Shaydez.
sister, my good sis, the one and only, the lyricist, listen, let me look dead at the camera. If you've never heard me say it before, I'm saying it right here on the critical breakdown. This is my favorite female lyricist here in the area. Redshaydez, man.
I love that intro. It ain't right if you don't say, you like, look, I'm like, y'all know.
Because listen, anytime I see her, I get real serious with her and I be like, listen, I want you to understand, you're my favorite, Red. And I mean that. I don't take that lightly. You understand me? My favorite. Anybody ask me anything about who can Red can, Red.
You know, they be trying to sleep on the Libras, you know. They be catching on mad late.
I'm gonna need y'all to wake y'all asses up. You understand me? But listen, we are here today to go over not the extensive catalog that you have, okay? Because you have a very extensive catalog, Red.
That's
it's
what
crazy.
I heard. That's
it's
what
crazy,
I heard.
Right? But I heard this performance at the Chez Noir concert a couple weeks, about a month ago.
A month ago already.
Crazy, time flies. And you had did this acapella performance. I call it a freestyle, but you can tell me the actual title of it.
I call it free verse, like I'm not the victim.
Ooh.
I'm not the victim, free verse.
So yeah. That's what we're going over today, man. It's the critical breakdown. Let's get straight to it.
I'm not the one to play the victim. They gave me freedom of speech, but when I speak, it seems as the world never listens. And not to mention stressing about my ties with gender.
Now listen.
Okay.
During that performance, I was honed in 100% on these lyrics. And if there is one free verse that literally explains my experience as a black woman, you got that, Red. You got that. We're going to get straight to it. You understand me?
Let's go.
So you started off straight to it. I'm not the one to play the victim. They gave me freedom of speech, but when I speak, it seems as the world never listens. We're gonna stop right there, okay? And I'm just gotta give you the disclaimer. I'm gonna quote your lyrics like an asshole. That's just what I do.
I love that.
All right.
Like, keep it going.
I'm gonna just do it like that.
Okay.
But yeah, so let's just stop right there. As a black woman, we've seen so many memes. We've seen so many statuses about how we're not heard. We could say something, get ignored, and someone of a different hue, a different gender can say the same exact thing and all pandemonium breaks out. Does that sound accurate?
That sounds very accurate. That's too familiar. That's why I said it. I was like, I'm just coming out guns busting.
Yo, straight to it. Red was not playing this go round. And I'm in the background like, yes, sis, yes. Speak our truth. And then you continue to go on, right? And not to mention stressing about, I'm sorry, let me not mess that up. And not to mention stressing about my ties with gender too. So aside from not listening to me, you're more concerned about my gender, what's in between my legs, what I got going on, than who I actually am as a person. Can you tell what that experience is like, what that feels like on your side of things.
Like for me, I feel like people are too caught up in labels. Like before you even get to meet someone and see what they're all about, they ask you, what do you do? Not what you're passionate about, not, you know, what makes you get up every morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's, all right, what are you? You gay? You straight? You a man? You a woman? Like that? None of that matters. None of that matters. And even with being a creator and like an artist, people just expect you to just rap on the spot. I'll pull up somewhere, rap. Like,
I mean, I might be guilty of that.
Yo, bro, like I'm like, dang, I want to enjoy the concert. Like,
no, you gotta rap everywhere you go.
Everywhere, they're like, oh, you're not gonna rap? I'm like, nah, like I'm not on every bill.
No, you're supposed to rap, even if
but
you're not.
But
no,
that's what I meant. It was just like, you know, stressing with all these like labels and stuff, and it's just
all these
like,
expectations that come before they even know who Red is.
Exactly.
Not okay. Okay. And then we're gonna take it up another notch. Okay. Told me not to speak my mind, but me, I like to bend the rules. This is, you know, this is why this is my good sis. You understand me? If there's one thing I can relate to and I love and admire is a good rebellious energy. You understand me? Don't tell me what to do because I'm gonna do the polar opposite.
The polar opposite, especially coming from someone like me. I used to play it safe a lot. Like I used to always play it safe, especially in like the professional realm. So I don't know, like the last 3 years of my life, I just feel like it's just been a rebirth. I'm like, F that, F you, I'm doing what I want. And I'm like, you know, I'm gonna bend the rules.
I felt that though in this free verse. Even the energy that you was delivering it in, it kind of like, I'm up here, I got something I gotta say. F what everybody gotta say right now. I got some shit to get off my chest. Speaking of shit to get off her chest, let's keep on going down these lyrics. Now this is one free verse. I literally feel like I could go through every single bar and we could have an hour-long discussion about every single bar.
You know how our conversation.
You know how we get down. But I gotta condense this thing here, right? So then you go, every goal I crush is not enough. You think a man would do a better job. Swipe credit cards, flights, and get in bars. That's all women do, at least. To you. Now let's just stop right there again.
Okay.
You see how I did that?
I started going in.
Yeah, you started going in after that, so I'm gonna stop right there. The same thing that we are capable of doing, we're 9 times out of 10 we're more talented at doing. We don't necessarily get the credit, the kudos, or the pay. Let's take it to a whole none
of that.
None of that.
And then we, you know, there's this whole other stigma like that we're gold diggers.
And that's all we want to do.
And that's what I meant.
And all we want to do is smoke hookah, eat crab legs,
and spin your black card and all that. I don't want none of that. Like,
none of that. What
type of women y'all meeting?
Right. Can we talk about that for a quick second? Because can we talk about how guys just don't date people that actually like them? They just date what they think is good aesthetically and then want to blame the women for that? Does that sound about right to you?
That sounds right. I mean, I see no lies. I'm just saying, I be seeing everybody complaining online. I'm like, where y'all be at?
Right. Oh, do you pay for dates or does your woman ever give you...
Y'all bring this discussion up every year on Twitter. They bored.
Date somebody that likes you.
Yo. Or get to know them, guys. Like, right. I don't understand.
Just deal with people that actually are genuinely intrigued by you. I'm sorry. We could go about that all day long, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. So again, this is just that double standard. A man can get away with so much less. We have to work double time to get just an inkling of that recognition. Tell us your experience being a heavy lyricist in a male-dominant game. What is that like?
Well, for once, when I walk up into the venue, a lot of times people they'll double take and they'll be like, "Oh, you sing, love?
Stop.
You sing, Queen?"
That's the disrespect.
And I'm like, so before I used to get offended, like when I first was out, but now I go, I say, you'll see.
I got a couple songs for you.
Yeah, I sing. I was like, I sing, and then I get up, I do the set, and then they go, I'm so sorry. I'd be like, it's cool, beloved.
Yo, when Red hits you with the beloved, yo, quit.
So, you know, I do what they do to me because they be thinking they got. I'm like, no, I be doing the same thing. Like it started out as a joke, like the hey queen, like how you do, but I do the same. It's okay, King.
It's all right, King.
It's
beloved.
okay, King. You good?
Nothing makes me giggle more than a good old beloved. You understand me? But then you take it up, and this is where you go off because this is real shit right here. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. This is real shit right here. See, we don't get applause for nurturing the fields we're working in. They feel our worth to men is non-existent. Stop. Okay. Right there. You see I did that? You see I did that?
Stop. Okay.
Let's talk about that because, you know, let's just let's just boil it down to something as simple as, moms versus dads, right? Dads get all the awards for just doing what a dad's supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Taking care of your child. Oh, you're such a good dad. You walk down the street, you see a guy with his child, we immediately get so excited for them.
Fathers.
Right? You're such a good father. Yeah. But with moms that do this stuff every day,
they don't let the mom do nothing. Oh, you at the club? Ain't you a mother?
You can't live. You can't have a life. You can't be an individual.
You can't be a mother and go to the club.
Now, I don't want to hear nobody going off about the whole Mother's Day versus Father's Day debate. We're not going to get into that. I do feel like the women are kind of just expected to be great, where men are celebrated for being normal. Ooh.
Well, they're coddled through life, and this is not like a male bashing. Like,
no, we love y'all.
I'm gonna say, shout out to the present fathers.
Yes, we definitely love y'all.
But y'all know what we're talking about. If the shoe don't fit, like, you know what I mean? But it's just like, why y'all be hating on us?
Why can't we get that same?
The people that identify as, you know what I'm saying? Like,
can we get that same bravado though? Can we get that same
Or can
energy?
we just get those same chances?
Ooh.
That's what it's them chances. Like, can we be flawed?
Can we get?
Because like my new motto is flawed but still top tier. Like that's what
a box. Okay. I like it though, and I think we as women are kind of getting into that for ourselves. We're not waiting for people to accept us. We're loving and accepting ourselves for who we are. Does that sound about right?
That sounds right.
Because this is where she gets into it. Let's talk about it. So she said, they make me feel at times that I'm too much. Maybe it's my hips, the way it shifts. You see
I said that.
The way
that
it shifts.
Okay.
And compliments my strut. Maybe it's my confidence. Let's stop. Because they would love to make you feel like who you are is just too much, but it's too much for them to handle.
That's too much for you. You're uncomfortable.
I'm good. And I'm not gonna make you stand up. I was about to be real. I was about to be a whole real nigga right now, but I'm not gonna do it. But no, if anybody knows Red is stacked. Let's just call it that.
That's what they saying?
She's stacked, all right? So I get these bars, like, because you do present in a very stacked manner.
And I be trying to hide it.
And that's what I'm saying. In society, they'll make you feel like you're over-sexualized, and it's like, nah, the good Lord just made me this way, and I could put on sweatpants and still be sexy.
And that's when I realized that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just switch it up and do what I want to do. Because I used to wear. I said, damn, it's still showing.
You can't hide that. You can't hide that thing. You can't hide that.
So, whatever.
I noticed it through the sweatpants. I mean, so back to the song at hand.
Well,
you know I got a message you, Red. But no, that was real. I felt that too because I feel like as a woman that is learning to love themselves, being told by so many people that, we're too much, we're too big, we're too thick, where our lips are too big, our eyes are,
it's too this, too that, too, like, we just want to be.
I'm actually pretty dope. I'm pretty dope. And it's a lot for you to handle because you can't attain it. I think that's what I'm starting to understand.
You want it.
Talk about it. Eurocentric. Anyway,
you acting up on this.
It's your fault, Red. It's your fault. It's 100% your fault. I was just well behaved. This is your fault. But no, I also love the fact that you speak on our diversity as Black women. I change my do from month to month. When I raise my voice, they call it mean. For them, they call it blunt. Now let's talk about the dudes first, because you see me outside. You feel me? You switching it up on us.
I was bald this year. I had a fro. I had clip-ins. I got
for the girls.
bundles, braids.
And but can we talk about the microaggressions that happen every single time we decide to change our look, though?
Oh my God, you're here. So that used to bother me too. Now I'm like, whatever, you see it. What's up?
Why do I have to give an experience? Why do I have to give a dissertation on what I've done to my hair? Because you need to understand it.
It's gotten so bad that this year I've been changing my hair like every 1 to 2 weeks. just to switch it up. Just because no, I seen something online that was like, y'all type of girls always changing up the hairstyle to feel something. And I say, you know what, that is me.
It is true.
I like to keep the tricks guessing. That's what
that's
what hustle and flow. So I was like, ever since I heard that, I was like, yeah, keep what tricks, I don't know. But
y'all better watch, Red.
That's just an excuse. I really just do like to look different. I know it's a mood
change for me. It's a mood changer. Like if I'm feeling down, I'll switch up my look.
Sometimes I like to be sporty, and sometimes I like to stun on niggas.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. But,
I'm not bad at it. But no, can we talk about the other part? When we show any type of excitement or any type of passion. We're crazy. Oh my God, we're crazy. Untamed. Somebody
mad black woman.
Mad black woman, child. But when they do it, what is it you say?
She's just blunt.
She's incredibly blunt.
Yeah.
She's straightforward.
She's stern. Stoic.
She knows what she wants. But we're mean. We're angry. We're bitter. Can we just talk about that? I know for me, my experience, it literally makes me angry when someone does that to me. So then I almost fall in to the stereotype they're accusing me of. Can you tell me, how do you find ways, do you find yourself trying to avoid that as much as possible?
Like avoiding the stereotypes?
Yeah.
I think growing up, I put such emphasis on trying not to be what I thought people want, but the older I get now, like the less and less I care.
Okay, that's
the more like y'all, what you see is what you get. Either it is or it ain't.
I saw that energy when she was on stage too. I
was like, look, because you know I feel like when you first grow up, like you're just basing everything off of what was instilled in you. When you actually become who you're supposed to be, and you're living in it, you start unlearning ways that you no longer identify with, and you start adopting ways that you do identify with. And now I'm like, I don't care what stereotype like that you feel I fit in, because I realize that what you think of me is not my business.
Ooh, it ain't none of my business. Not none.
And I ain't gonna lose sleep over that.
That was some Libra talk right there. That was real Libra-ish, right?
That's a Libra?
That's some Libra energy. Now, I appreciate you again for going so deep into the personal experience as a black woman. Let me just go all the way down, because to piggyback off of how our anger is misunderstood, right? But just make sure I don't get angry. A black woman mad is seen as foul, cruel, and crazy. I want to continue to go in on that. We literally have to walk around with this in the back of our mind. I can't express myself as freely as I normally would, because I don't want it to be read the wrong way.
You're an animal.
You're an animal. I mean, and I feel like black men can relate, just like the don't shoot me. You know what I mean? I'm not a danger. I'm not going to hurt you. We have to deal with that on the other side of things. I can't raise my voice a little bit. I can't do any of that, because I don't want the message to be lost in, oh, she's just an angry black woman. It's not fucking fair, period. It's not fucking fair. And then they literally do this, as your lyrics say, as a way to tame me. They pay me low and make me act certain ways we don't identify. Did I say that right?
Yes,
I said that right?
You said it right. You said it right.
Now listen, I don't think people talk enough about how we're provoked into that angry stereotype, right? With the microaggressions. We were just talking about how we switch our hairs up and then we didn't have to give a dissertation. I just want to give a quick example of that, right? BMAs 2021, this year.
Okay.
Went to the BMAs to support the situation, and I had my hair up like this.
Okay.
Minding my business. Lovely, elderly pilgrim. That's what I call them, pilgrims. That's what I call them. Walks up to me looking like she's about to touch my hair.
Get out of here.
Number one, that's a number one rule, folks. Do not touch anybody's hair, not just black women. Don't go reaching for anybody's hair without their permission. Please don't do that.
They're still doing that in 2021?
They're still doing that. So she goes, how much did that cost you?
They getting bold. What you do?
This is growth, okay, sis?
Okay,
This is growth, because the old Demama's little sister, Black Panther, would have told her about herself immediately. But I obliged to this. I'm like, well, I don't really think it's appropriate for you to ask me how much it is, but I did this myself, so it wasn't any cost. Oh my goodness, you did that yourself? So then I had to give a whole dissertation. But I say that to say, she didn't even understand how she could have provoked a very ugly situation out of me.
But that's the point. They don't have to understand.
They don't have to understand that.
They don't have to understand, and that's privilege all within itself.
Talk about that privilege, though. Can you talk about your experience?
Just stop questioning everything that I do. Like
Stop it.
So it's funny with me, I was always reserved, and if you got to know me, I'm the goofiest person out the bunch, and outgoing and stuff, and I'll try to not be the center of attention, and I'm still always the center of attention.
Because you stacked. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is before.
I'm joking.
Before, but I mean, that doesn't help. But I would try to take attention off myself when I used to dim my light.
Yeah.
And that's having a lack of confidence, and I would still get questioned on everything I do. I'll come in some sweats and butters and whatever, and
oh, how did you something? I'm
Like, bruh, do I have to explain
damn,
everything
like,
I am to you?
I don't want, like, sometimes I just, again, I think the whole motto of this whole episode is we just want to be.
Please, can we just
want to
be?
just
Can
be,
we just
like,
exist, please?
You know what I'm saying?
Just like everybody
I don't
else.
come in the office asking you, and that's why I'm so glad I don't have the office days no more. Like,
I don't walk in and say, hey, Karen, how did you get that sweater up there?
check this out. Or if I like what you have or your hairstyle or whatever, I'm going to say I like it.
And leave it at that.
It looks good.
Moving
on.
I don't need a lesson on how you did it.
I don't need to know who installed it, how much
Thank
it
you.
cost. Am I in business?
Can we just talk about real quick? Oh, your hair grew. I hate that shit so
You know
much.
my fucking hair ain't grow.
Okay, sorry.
Yo, okay.
Okay, we're getting angry. All right, so I'm going to take it all the way down to the end. I feel like these words really were like, all right, Red, you're just going to drive the point home at this point.
Okay, let's get it.
Continue staying strong, and I pray that it gets better. If I don't teach you nothing, here's one thing to remember. Then, hey, that messed that up. Okay, here's one thing to remember. Oh, that, I typed that wrong. That, yes, I am a woman, but I am not my gender. And it's red shades, bitch. I just always wanted to say that. I just always wanted to say that part.
I just be ending everything like that. It's red shades, bitch.
But no, I want to talk about those last 4 bars, right?
Okay.
Here's one thing to remember. That yes, I am a woman, but I am not my gender. Can we talk about that, yo? As a woman who is in the rap industry, again, not rap, hip hop industry, a lyricist, again, a very male dominant situation. Do you feel like you're always labeled woman first, lyricist second?
Always, because I think it's just like natural. People, even at awards.
Actually,
like
I did it myself. I'm like, my favorite.
The female artists, the female rappers, this, and that's what happens. And that doesn't really bother me because I'm like, you're going to get this work regardless.
Tell them again,
so
man.
you can label me what you want, but you know your bars ain't fucking with me. So I'm like, and I don't even say that, but that's what I know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even that type because
you don't
I'm from the era where your work just speaks for you.
Can you stop and say that again?
Okay.
She's from the era where what?
Your work just speaks for you. I don't really have to go online letting you know. I'd rather just show and prove. I don't say much, and then when it's time to perform, like that's what it is.
I just want to make sure y'all catching my face while she's saying all this stuff.
Because I am shy. Like it's the Red Shades persona of me.
That's right.
That has all that confidence, and I'm like, yeah, you know what it is. But me,
I love when she getting that bag though. I love it.
But me, I'll be like, hey,
hi guys, I'm just Red.
Yeah, but no, that doesn't really bother me. But yes, people do that. They female this, whatever. But what I meant by that line is that being a woman is only a small facet of who I am.
Come on. Because I feel like we can relate to a certain extent. I say this all the time. It's a repetitive theme here. Would you consider yourself a real nigga encapsulated in divine femininity?
Oh, I'm a real solid ass nigga.
I'm for real. That's why I relate. I feel like there's this just tribe of just like real ass niggas trapped in. I won't say trapped because we ain't trapped.
No,
we're living
I'm
fully
out
in our
here.
femininity.
I'm very like tuned into my femininity and masculinity.
Oh, yeah, you see these bundles.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know, I almost brought the grills. Then I would have been like,
I almost had mine too,
what's
Red.
up, yo? Like, yeah.
Perfect. So now it's time to get into Mo's critique of the week.
Uh-oh.
And I feel like you're gonna appreciate who I chose.
Okay.
And maybe you could teach me how to pronounce the title right, because I never say it right. Rhapsody.
Oh yeah.
Featuring Queen Latifah with Hatshepsut.
Wait, what?
It's that person, the Greek Hatshepsut.
Hot Shepson.
That person.
Hot Shepson.
Hatshepsut. Hopefully they'll put it up on the screen.
Hot Shepson.
And y'all know what song I'm talking about. It's an absolute classic cut. And I mean, when they bring Queen Latifah back and you collaborate with Rhapsody, it literally doesn't get any better. I said, if I'm going to have Red Shades, I gotta quote Rhapsody. Like, it's only right. So listen, these bars right here say, Queens come in all shapes and colors. Though we sit on thrones, we don't look down on each other.
Aw, that's so
talk about
sweet.
that,
Yes.
Talk about that because we were just talking about how we're real niggas and women's, and femininity and all of that. But I think there's also a level of queendom that happens with that because I respect your gangster, I respect your femininity, I respect all of that, and we see each other. I see you, queen, but I don't look down on you. Exactly. I elevate you, if anything. a lot of women can't relate.
They can't. But for me, how I see it, if you up, we up. I'm up. If I'm up, y'all up.
Yo,
Like,
so sis, like I understand society would want us to believe that we're enemies, we're against each other, we're each other's competition, but we're not.
that's fake news.
Say it again, man.
That's fake news.
You heard it right here on the Critical Breakdown. We don't subscribe to that over here. Now listen, Red, I want to thank you, as always, for coming to chop it up with me. It's always good vibes. When you
I
come
always
through.
love being here. I don't care what show it is. I'm
Inside the Maze be doing
coming
what
through.
they
You
do,
know,
man.
Inside the Maze. I rock with y'all heavy. You know what it is.
Now tell everybody where they can find you. I don't know how you don't know how to find Red at this point, but tell them.
Yo, listen, everybody. You could check me out everywhere at Redshaydez1. That's REDSHAYDEZ, the number 1. And my website is chillingintheshade.com. No G. Holla.
Ooh, can I give a little quick tip on that though? Because
What's up?
remember when you did that first It's Lit Live and you had a question?
I did.
And you said, what's the name of my website? Before she could finish the question, I yelled out, Chillin' in the
And
Shade.
I like that. Who that? I was like, who is
And
this?
then that's when I walked my little
And you
pride
won,
ass
and
up.
you won the prize.
I got my shades. But listen, man, it's your girl, Ms. Mofilla. Make sure you follow everything I got going on, MsMofilla.com. And also make sure you follow Inside the Maze on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and hit that little notification button down at the bottom, man. This is the Critical Breakdown. Ms. Mofilla, Red Shades, man. Peace out. Holy shit.